playing very carefully and letting the fights come to them? Are they going to try to make them fight into them versus trying to be very proactive? Is it going to be more of a pick-off sort of style?
I think it depends a lot how the early game is going to go for Nisha. If Nisha has a good game and gets farmed enough, I think they can dictate and go more aggressively for initiations. But it all comes down to how the start is. Oh, we see Monkey King going for a little smoke break play here. Both teams warding the same cliff, so immediate deep ward on that.
Immediately gonna get spotted out, though.
He did not want to allow them to get that D word, but now you're in a weird spot, Snake.
I would say this definitely qualifies. Weird spot, the high fives. And nice, easy first blood here for Ice.
Oh, that is rough.
And the denial of the ward here. Puppey already just saying, yeah, you're not getting that.
Yeah, Snaking not having a great series here. Also had the previous Snapfire jump kind of struggling, but yeah. Oh well, first ball is off the table. All the nerves are off, you know. Now everyone can go in cool.
It's almost weird because I feel like a lot of the times on Tundra, Snaking plays these very greedy sort of position 4s and gets away with a lot more than he should. Not sure if he's going to be able to bounce back in this particular manner for this game, but there is the possibility.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a first blood. It doesn't essentially mean that much, and it doesn't matter that much for him. He's not gonna be the one laning against the one who got first blood, right? So
just ruined someone else's lane.
Yeah, that's someone else's problem. He just fast forward the meteor hammer a little bit. It's whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good thing. Not at all.
The meteor hammer is gonna come inevitably anyway, so.
True, but you don't need to speed it up. Not like he wanted to get caught out there, though, anyways.
Yeah. I mean, can respect it. He wanted to go for a deny. This is, by the way, why the troll is picked. If we look at Troll's lane here, Beastmaster will struggle to do anything against Troll. The Whirling Axis allows him to be one of the most controlling heroes against Beastmaster in the first, like, 4 levels. And Bane as well, not really known as a weak laner. So yeah, that lane, he has his work cut out for him. Meanwhile, bottom though, OD also being bullied a bit.
Yeah, they're just going to see a lot of trades back and forth here. It is a pretty strong lane, especially, you know, you consider how often we're seeing this negative armor coming out from both of these supports. But, oh, Snaking, gonna hop down, try to protect 33 a little bit more.
Yeah, but they're gonna miss some creep waves here. Nisha, while fighting this aggressively, those creeps are gonna die. One creep died with no one there to collect experience. That's a really big thing. Every bit counts. At least Bane came back for the other one.
They're trying to split it up at least, but like you said, you know, it seems like one of the main reasons that they picked up this troll is for the laning stage. I think Lacoste really was starting to dig into that whole explanation and having the double range too. I mean, we've got a lot of just double range lanes going on as well, like this bottom lane here with the OD and the Snapfire, just causing a lot of just harass back and forth.
Yeah, and it's another one of those lanes where you might see Void just get bursted from pretty high HP to nothing once some levels come in on the Snapfire here. So yeah, you gotta be careful. Mid lane, 11 for 1 on the Hoodwink, 9 and 1, not too different here.
I think this lane probably is going to stay pretty passive unless we see something go a little bit too aggressive. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a quite even lane. There's not too much you can do to upset it, really. There's the bottle flying out right now for the Hoodwink. Puck already had his bottle to take the water rune, so a bit of an advantage, I would say, having the bottle in time for the first 2-minute rune. So now 9 gonna take some damage, but he's gonna heal up soon.
It doesn't feel like you have too high of like any sort of potential to move over to the mid lane because they are fairly survivable, both of those heroes. So probably just gonna stay pretty chill unless they get some sort of an action rune.
Yeah, I like the mid Hoodwink though. If you get some levels on this hero, he has a lot of bursts. He can honestly do some serious damage when he rotates, and there's so good disables in this team that you can look for kills with Chrono, you can look for kills with the Beastmaster War. They have a lot of potential here.
Yeah, that sounded like that was one of your complaints in the game #1, right? You had this Chronosphere, and it wasn't getting used to too often, especially when you had a Queen of Pain with that Sonic Wave. But you want to see them get a lot more aggressive this time around, or?
It took a long time before you got the first use of it. It's these big ultis you want to try and set yourself up to get them used early so that you get the value out of them. Then there is an argument that if, you know, Chrono is on cooldown, the enemy can make plays because it's on cooldown. So I guess it's a bit of a double-edged sword getting use of them. But in the end, Void is also a hero that is very happy to just keep farming.
It feels like the Tide Hunter dilemma, right? You know, you can position Tide in front of the towers, and sometimes the threat of it is just so strong that you're too afraid to make those moves forward unless you're completely sure that you can make things happen.
Yeah, I think in just early laning stage in general, you want to try it and get the first chrono out as soon as possible, because you're not really holding it to threaten something big in the very early, like, end of laning stage. Later in the game, of course, it becomes more and more of a presence. But yeah, so far we have Troll at 23 and 7, getting top farm right now.
Nice little play there over in this mid lane.
Continuously just trading each other. There's neck and neck. 22 CS for both of them.
Boundless lands as they do have a rotation in the bottom lane. Fata clicking away over onto Yapster. They're clicking over onto Ice.
Oh, they want both of them.
Fairy Fire gets used. Can they finish him off? The bug? Not quite. Look at Fata though. Oh, he is upset. He wants this kill.
Oh,
he's not going to be able to find it.
They were so greedy. They were greedy for both kills there. And it really looked like they might get both, but in the end, they get nothing.
Sumail looks like he's in trouble. There's just nothing that he can do as they'll be able to cut him down. He went for that that rotation there.
Yeah, found himself a little bit too deep in. This is gonna help Nine a lot. He also has his raindrops now, so he's not gonna be at as much danger against this puck. Good save for him. So far, lane's going pretty well for Tundra, even though the CS is quite high on this troll. Getting OD all the way back to base there as well. At least he had to miss some CS for it.
They did force him back. You do have that silver lining. Snaking giving a little bit of scouting here. And they do have so much vision coming out from the side of Tundra. It feels like they should really be able to play off of that, make the correct initiations.
Yeah, they have some deep vision, and that's the benefit of having Monkey King in your team. You can always get him in there to place those wards. Has a lot of mobility.
A lot of pings coming out here. They'd like to make some moves on Ice. Nata put a little bit of damage out on the OD. Can be the Astral Imprisonment, and Snaking can't really do anything, so
they're really bothering
at least.
Yeah, they're really bothering Ice as much as they can here. They're delaying that Meteor Hammer as much as possible.
Ooh, Tricky Monkey grabs up the Bounty Rune, and there's quite a few heroes on the side here that would have loved to have gotten their hands on him and secured the rune for their puck.
Yeah, surprising amount of heroes playing here, and meanwhile, Troll's being left completely to his own device, and Beastmaster's just jungling away, trying to get his Helm of Dominator. He's 200 gold away, and once he gets Dominator in level 6, that's gonna be his power spike.
Double harm.
Oh, mid lane Sumail trading down to a really low HP here.
They've got that bottle. He'll heal back up again, but Snake King having to be a bit careful. They do have that vision.
It didn't get stuck on the cliff this time.
No, not this time. He learned his lesson early on.
Yep.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, he's done a good job ever since. Did get caught out for the first blood, but ever since he has been moving around the map in a really good way. Really close to getting a double kill to the bottom lane earlier.
If only they had succeeded, though. I hear a Dream Coil over in the mid lane. Puppey making the rotation. End up getting stun hop down. Can they turn this around? Puppey throwing out the Nightmare 9, sitting a little bit low, but the rotation coming out from 33 will make sure that they find Puppey.
Yeah, he's gonna be happy to contribute to something even before he gets his Dominator and 6. Top lane now, the Troll is recognizing if no one's here, I should probably deal damage to his tower, so he's just laying into the tower a bit, bringing it down 800 HP away. I mean, he's being completely left to his own devices here, so he's farming super fast.
Is that going to come back to bite them, though, on the side of Tundra? The fact that they're giving him this much space, like, they're rotating quite a bit, it feels like.
This is the counter pick and the value of it. Beastmaster cannot get a good laning stage early against this. All right.
There we go. We even dropped the spray, the cookie out, timing it exactly the way they need to, and squashing Fata.
Yeah, it's a good setup having Bane and Snapfire together. Such a long disable. Beastmaster now looking for the roar. Gets it.
Gets the roar off. He's got his creeps. He's got his army. They'll use the bushwhack and they'll finish off Sumail.
And tip him immediately, of course.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
There you go.
Yaps are now in for trouble as Skeeter just bashes away on him, and now Ice has to just protect over there and wander back to his lane. We do have the Chronosphere online, so I'd like to see maybe something happen, but of course, they will need some more damage to put into that.
Yeah, you kind of want the Hoodwink ulti available, since they just used it, but Hoodwink ulti is quite low cooldown, so the moment you have it, they could maybe go for a Chrono on something. And I think OD is the hero you want to lock down. That's what I felt like they should have done perhaps in the previous game. Even though it's an offlane OD here, this is just his power spike, right? Meteor Hammer complete.
Yeah, the chase over onto Puppey. Acorn shot, they'll pull off the bug. We're looking to try to connect. Oh, they get the break. Oh, just barely. Almost not taking out the follow-up, though. That's a kill. And now Tundra getting very aggressive.
Yeah.
So they throw out the banishment. OD steps to the tree. They'll chase down Puppey. And now Ice just being wailed upon here. Nice slope the Acorn shot. And again, they have a lot of slope from the boars. It looks like Tundra, despite being very, very aggressive, is not going to push their luck too hard here.
Yeah, this aggression. I love how Tundra are not respecting the tier 1 tower at all. They're just playing around it, going in there, getting damage, and again.
Going in again. Okay, it's a good Astral. Following up with Meteor Hammer. They don't have any way to cancel it out, but not quite on time as Ice is going to fall.
Yeah, little known fact is that ulti does continue even if you imprison. I guess it should be a pretty known fact. He just kind of stood there channeling his beam hammer, hoping it's going to be fine, but Hoodwink still shoots.
The prayer.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
It's fine, right?
Even a Chronosphere will not stop this little squirrel from getting that shot out.
The aggression of Tundra seems to be paying off for them so far, though it's still neck and neck in terms of net worth. Samael plunking away here on 9. Does have the Dream Coil available. And pull out the tree.
Nice dodge.
Try to keep dodging around. Ice is here, though, and he's got that ultimate channeled up. The hop down here, the jump forward. Oh, no, this time they'll be able to take out 9, and they're going to try to retaliate, but the Stikov player Skeeter coming in with the Chrono. Beautifully done. He's going to need a little bit more damage, though, if he wants to take them down, so
yeah.
Looks like, oh, Fata, final hit. Yes, then he'll be able to take out Ice, and Samael will follow up, though, get his revenge, and find Fata. Skeeter, now he's not looking too great here. He's looking for some sort of help, anything he can get, but he's not going to find it. The Fiend's Grip's going to get used. Samael gets himself a triple kill. And in the bottom lane, 33 finds Yapstor.
Yeah, this guy's solo pick off. This is so huge. Samael now immediately going to use this to go for travels. So he is the hero that I'm looking towards. Already before this game started, I felt like Samael needs to have a great game if Secret's game plan is going to work. He can counter a lot of the heroes on Team Tundra, but that means that he needs to have a lot of gold here. And he didn't have perhaps the absolute best early laning stage, but now he's definitely looking super strong after that triple kill.
And again, that net worth keeps climbing on the troll. Nisha just having so much free space to be able to hit creeps and just move about.
Yeah, and once he gets that Battle Fury, it's going to ramp up the speed at which he's going to increase the distance between his farm and Void's farm. This is going to be hard to catch up to.
Some movement towards the mid lane here. Mail's going to continue to clean up the creep wave. And they seem like they're not exactly sure. Okay, they're going to maybe go into this jungle. Yeah, Snake King popping up.
Just using the Monkey King to go first. They also have the Weaver. Both these heroes very elusive, very hard to lock down. So they're just kind of invading, checking what's going on, and meanwhile playing behind it with their cores.
It's very handy because you got some very nice vision up, but being able to have that positioning and have that low sort of risk and being able to jump in really makes this draft very nice for the side of Tundra.
Yeah, it really is. And I think they're doing it in a good way, just playing in front of their cores always, trying to make kind of a bubble of farming space, right?
Yeah. Reminds me, we were sitting in the back room with Jenkins, and he's just so angry because he was watching just the supports. They're always right. Their bodies are positioned just right in front, so that way they tank any ganks. They're the ones who get killed. And he was just very mad about this. He's like, this is so dumb. Why is it like this?
That's what you gotta do. You gotta die for the cause, you know?
I heard some frustration in his voice that perhaps this is what he's had to be doing.
Not a +1, +2 player, I see. Monkey King trying to be cheeky, pushing tower top, but he might get caught here. They're probably coil him. Oh, he jumped.
Oh, they have vision. Samael, now we see any time drops the Dream Coil, but they need the vision. They need a little bit more. But Snapfire's just gonna start throwing out the kisses, and they'll get the kill.
At that point, you're just gonna be like, okay. You use your ultis for me, rotate 3 heroes. That's fine. I think Monkey King is gonna be dying happily using that many abilities to kill him.
That Battle Fury is completed on Nisha. The net worth continues to grow. Both of the cores over on the side of Secret here. Looking to be in top-notch shape.
This is when Tundra need to make moves, though. They just expanded both the Puck ulti and the Snapfire, so now they want to pressure. And we see 33 already trying to take the bottom tower. And top lane, nice Chrono.
Can they finish off, though? Can they hold down the Puck in place? Yes, they can.
Yeah, it was beautiful. He put the Chrono so that he could get the Primal Spring damage and then chain stun. They needed all that to bring down the Puck, but they get him.
And now it looks like Secret looking for their own play, trying to put pressure on this bottom tier 1 to try to cut down this jungle space. Mata just gonna...
Mata has no fear. He should have some, but yeah, he's...
Throws out his favorite little voice line of the season now.
I will eat the cheese. That's ambitious as a support player. Give me the cheese.
Nisha's courier there does get sniped. They have the dust though, so Fata perhaps being a bit too cheeky as they'll wait patiently, go for the Bean Script. They figure, why not? We know that he's already expended his ultimate, so that's a kill on Fata.
Yeah, and the tower should probably fall down here. They still have 33 behind, though. They might be communicating that they want to defend, but how do you take this fight without Chrono? I don't see them defending this tower. I think 33 could just leave. He wants to.
Oh, ice. The monkey over here. We've got a double damage on the OD.
Beastmaster showed himself, but they're still going to take the tower, and now he just TPs out afterwards.
I think that's the right call.
Yeah, not much changes. I think his team was like, yeah, we're not joining you. You do you.
Well, he'll try to drag these creeps away, though. Try to cut the wave a little bit. I feel happy to get some of that gold if he can grab it.
Yeah. So far, this game still very even, though. Even though the Troll is pulling ahead a bit in farm, we see pretty healthy farm distribution on the 3 cores of Tundra.
Are they going to make a play on ice? Feels like it here. The Hex is out. Over to the tree, but with the rest of the team coming in, get those Snapfire kisses. They're going to push Tundra back. It feels like they want to try to figure this out. The tree will get cut. They're now without a Snake King. 33 turns around, gets the roar, but not going to land over onto some mail. So get a brain sap. 33.
Yeah, they can keep chasing him.
Falls in the back. Yeah, they'll get the kill. They're just taking a moment.
Yeah. Always the post-fight pause. Gotta chill.
I'm just so used to, you know, playing in NA where it's PM pause.
That's common, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. We won a team fight, now we're gonna pause on you.
Just to rub it in.
Always the worst when the game gets paused and you're dead. You're like, now I'm dead for even longer.
I just want to play the game, guys. Come on.
A haste rune now for Puck, so we can look to engage in even more fights.
Gonna have that Dream Coil up in about 30 seconds, but I'm sure if they find a someone who's just out on their own, out of position, they'd be more than happy to collect on a kill.
Yeah. Interesting building went for it. Went for a double Nordhausmann into Kaya and then going back for a Blink Dagger. So a lot of spell amp and extra mana to use, then going for a Blink.
Feels like we're seeing a lot of these cheaper items pop up fairly often, whether it's a double Null or double Wraith Band again.
Yeah, definitely a bit of popularity coming back.
Alright, well, they might have found Puppey, but they'll turn around with the Bean Script. They know that they can hold Skeeter down long enough. They might be able to turn this around, and they will be able to. A Snake King does fall again.
Yeah. Snake King is probably fine being the casualty of all these engagements, you know. I think he's just become the designated body in these fights, you know. There has to be some casualties, and sadly that's the Snake King. But again, kept his Void safe, and very close to the Maelstrom now on Void, so he is, with Mask Commander's Maelstrom, going to be able to bring down heroes a lot easier. He now has the chance for True Strike against the mischance from Troll, so it does help a lot in bringing down heroes here.
Now, we were discussing this in the back room, how it feels like a lot of the times you don't see people building completely into the Mjolnir anymore.
Yeah, it's not super high value to go Mjolnir early. And this, I said it earlier today when I was on a panel that this meta that we're seeing in DPC is just a lot of team fighting, and because of that, BKB becomes a priority. Oh, nice jump away.
Snake King.
Yeah, no, he got the jump away. So even if he's in prison over there and he was channeling the meme, you can see Ice wasn't sure, like, does he stay here or?
Yeah.
But no, he's
but Skeeter in the mid lane gets the Chronosphere off. Overwatch, you have to watch out for you after the Snapfire. kisses, but they'll find a kill. Get the Dream Coil off with the reinitiation. Sumail blinking away. Can they get enough damage off to take down this Void? Yes, they can.
They burst.
Oh, Ice will follow up, though, with the Wukong's command, but they have nothing to lock Secret into place, so it just really zones them out of position. So that way they can try to make their escape here, but Secret, now that they know it's down, they get re-aggressive again.
Such an awkward fight when both the carries die and that's it. It's like, you almost always have some other casualties, but these are the heroes who died now.
Radiant's middle tower.
Secret, want to take more of a fight. Double stun
over on the back lines, that's 2. They can grab Sumail. They gotta get over there fast enough though. The bug, no, Sumail, pretty elusive, is gonna keep bottling. Does still have some wand charges. Ultimate's not going to connect. 33 turns around. Do they want this? Can they get this? I guess is the question. Sumail's really breaking their ankles here. So go, blink away, and just like that.
Yeah.
Ducks out.
Really well played by Sumail. He played really well in the first game as well, I feel. He's 8-3-1 here in this game. Doing quite fantastic. And we see again the coil on that Faceless Void. You see how painful it is if you leave the entire coil, and towards the end of it, he hits with a Waning Rift as well. It just becomes such a long duration that you can't do anything. There's 9.5 seconds for Faceless Void where you cannot time walk. That's almost always a guaranteed death in the early game.
It's just too hard when you can't use any of your spells and you're just standing there like, okay, well, I'm leashed up, can't hit anything, now I'm silenced, I can't get any, Protosphere or anything like that, so.
I was almost expecting him to do the Windrunner trick in this game. When he bought this Maelstrom, you can disassemble spam over and over and just go for the early BKB that way. But he is going for the BKB after Maelstrom instead. But could have been worth to disassemble spam here just for... Like, BKB is such an important item against Puck and OD.
Creatures.
Again, we see Snaking going down.
Yeah, he really likes that side of the jungle, huh?
Yeah, and Sumail says, fine, I'll kill you again, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, just walk. It's like the cat that falls asleep with its hand open, right? Mouse walks in, just like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll take it.
That's pretty much how it goes here for him. Is that a full Kaya Sanch? Yeah, Kaya Sanch on the Puck now. He's gotten quite rich from these kills.
And like you said, Sumail really needed to pop off on this Puck, and he's definitely fulfilling that agreement here.
Oh yeah, 37% spell amp now on this Puck. That's insane. At 20 minutes into the game, 37%. That's huge. Actually, 40% now they swapped in the No Talisman again.
I think they're hoping that 9 will stick around a little bit too long here, because Puppey getting into position. Has the vision. Go start off with the Nightmare, thanks to that ward. Get a couple of value hits off. Snaking is nearby. The Fiend's Grip comes out, they'll cancel it.
Yeah,
gonna be those Snapfire juices coming in. Puppey stuck in the trees, not looking too great, but Sumail poking away here. They should be able, no, they get the break off. Snaking still alive. Nightmare will come out. So buy a little bit more time. There's a lot of damage though. 9 will find the kill on Puppey, and Snaking will also get found here, but Yapster should pay for this with his life. He's still alive over the back lines. Just waiting patiently, wants Sumail. He wants to be able to get this kill. He's tired of missing out, but Sumail, he's just too good.
Yeah, and Troll coming in hot now, trying to fight the miss chances on him.
Just trying, but there's going to be the follow-up from Ice with the stand. He's not quite enough damage. The buyback now coming out from Hoodwink. Has those boots of travel. They're looking to punish. Bushwhack over onto Ice. Couple clicks of the Acorn shot. That's going to be a dead OD. As Sumail, oh, he just teleports out, getting very, very low. I feel like this guy he can't keep having this happen. He just manages to get out with just a sliver of health each time.
He's very good at playing Puck. I mean, we always see him perform well whenever he plays it, I feel. So Tundra are now going to try and use this to get a Roche. Their team takes super fast Roche due to Weaver and Beastmaster in the same team.
They're smoked up, though, over on Secret.
They're too late.
Oh, uh-oh. Misha. Gonna try to clear up these illusions, but he's not gonna be there in time, and he's gonna need the rest of his team to follow up very quickly to get the Centaur stomp off.
Huge Daddy Centaur just coming in with a stomp. Overlord Centaur.
And big boy. And it looks like now Secret, they have to figure out how they want to approach this. They've got the Aegis online for Tundra, and I'm not sure how they want to do this.
Well, there's still chrono cooldown, so even though there's Aegis, how much do you care about Aegis on Faceless Void if there's no chrono? I mean, yeah, he does hit for a little bit in team fights, but I think you still want to take the fight whenever chrono is not available. That's pretty much how you need to approach any Faceless Void draft. And if you just let this game keep going for too long, we might see the same thing happen that we saw in last game, where Void can just pick whoever he wants to kill. Granted, this time they have Troll. Troll is a lot tankier of a core hero. It's not like last game where they just got picked apart more easily.
There's also the situation, though, of who gets the initiation on who, like we said earlier. Because, yeah, Troll is a great hero. You have some different saves coming out from the side of Secret, but all it takes, right, is one really good team fight where you get everyone either in the chrono, you get to pick off ahead of time on the Bane or something like that.
Yeah, it's almost like an ideological thing here. One team has a lot of saves, the other team has a lot of vision. So who will have the better fight? It's very interesting to see how it's going to play out. But definitely Tundra have an advantage in getting information before the fight starts. But Secret have great reactions to a fight starting. They can imprison, they can nightmare, they can cookie, they can do a lot of things to save their teammates.
Under attack.
We're going to see which one ends up reigning supreme here, if it's going to be the vision or the save sort of draft. But of course, a lot of that does come down to how the players move, and we've got some incredible players on both teams.
So we see a smoke up right now by Tundra. They're trying to move up from their own jungle. Might run into Sumail here on the history. Just stunning it.
They stun him in place. All right, they just go and they use that Chronosphere. They want to get rid of this puck, and they'll get it.
That's worth it. They need to get that big kill. Sumail has been tearing it up. He was on an unstoppable streak.
And they have a big item timing too. They have the BKB completed for the Void, so
yeah, he can keep fighting even without Chrono.
Ready use time dilation. Gearing up. Ooh, nice break, but just not anything really to follow at this point. Tundra will just reset.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scary here to go on the Satanic Troll as well. When you don't have Chrono, you might, you know, struggle to burst him, and if you don't get him fully, then he's gonna be back to full HP in no time at all.
I mean, that is one of the flaws too with Tundra's draft, is that the control is there, but it's not the strongest, especially against a hero like Troll, who really needs to be controlled, and honestly is usually one of his largest weaknesses, right? Whenever he goes into that ultimate, being able to just make it so he can't hit and just make him useless seems to be very important.
Well, they have one really good tool against him, and that's the Chronosphere, because he can't react to it. There's nothing he can do during it. Even when he gets his strong dispel, that's not gonna work during the Chronosphere.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So at least they have one of the more useful tools against him later on. Oh, they're chasing Yaptor now.
They are indeed. So, getting thrown out, but Nisha nearby. Be a little bit careful. Balance coming out from Snake King will collect. And this is a pretty tanky dragon. All right, they get the Fiend's Grip off, though. Beastmaster held in place for a bit.
Puck is coming in. Puck TP'd in. He's thinking about if they should fight this, but they did lose one hero, and it's into Aegis. You definitely want to think twice about taking this engagement.
You can see Tundra know that they have the numbers advantage. They've got that Aegis. Snake King going to initiate the fall with the Bushwhack, and they're going to see if they can burst down Ice, Ice, Ice. He does have the Astral Imprisonment, though.
Yeah,
got blanked up in a second, but he's not going to be able to do it. The follow-up here from Skeeter. They'll take out Ice, 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 and they're looking for more. They found themselves Puppey over to the tree line. The Whirling Axes, though, doing an alarming amount of damage. The fall with the Dream Coil, but they have to buy a bit more time here. Waiting Rip coming through. They'll get the Aegis. They're coming right back up again. Tundra, Snake King's going to buy back. Wants to be a part of this fight. Skeeter, though, running away. Still has the BKB. And
yeah,
it seems
holding it. 20 seconds on his chrono right now, so I think Secret know that the chrono is coming off cooldown right around now. So even though they got the Aegis Force there and took a pretty decent fight, they didn't want to commit to a larger engagement.
I will eat that.
And meanwhile, Tundra is like, okay, we'll just go back and farm. That's the thing. Void is not too unhappy just going back and hitting creeps either.
hang out Yapsor. Just getting so much information off of the Monkey King alone. You know, we joke about how he loves that side of the jungle, but his positioning has been very, very good in being able to find pickoffs like this, for example. This Snap Fire, as they'll just pick off Yapsor.
What was that? He just hits him, gets the time lock, and then starts walking away, and he kills him with a bash. That's hilarious.
I feel like that's a PTD. When you're good, right?
Yeah, for sure. Don't look at explosions kind of thing. Walking away. Very confident basher.
Extremely confident. To poke away over at Nisha.
Nisha is picking up such a frontliner position now. He knows how farmed he is and how strong he is on troll. So he's the one trying to be positioned towards the enemy so that his team doesn't get caught out. Because he trusts that he can get saved by OD or by Bane or whatever and get his Satanic out.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's the perk of having so many saves on your team. But it's also being sure that you don't get baited by them either. Nisha moving forward here. They get the Fiend's Grip off and they'll take out Vata.
Yeah, Weaver down.
Can they grab anyone else, though, is the question. The Ops are trying to get Snake King here. Snake King continues to just jump around in the trees. Well, that's a long-range hit there coming from Snapfire. Not going to do too much, though, other than Nisha. Maybe a little fright.
Just gonna chill, activating creeps even more. And still, I think, with the way the game is going, I feel like Secret are getting to a point with this troll where he's gonna be able to kill anyone he wants. Because looking at his quick buy, the troll has Blink Dagger in his quick buy right now. And once he gets that, he can actually pick targets. So far, he's been a strong force, but he hasn't been able to go on whoever he wants. And that's gonna change soon.
Does feel like they're trying to set up something here on Skeeter, but Snake King again giving that vision smell, following up though with the Dream Coil. Oh, look at the scatter hit! They'll get faded in! Beautifully done! Coming out from the side of Secret.
Yeah, you see the combination there of the Snapfire Shard pushing people out of the coil.
That's
It's
combo.
always cute to have some combinations with the Shard or with the coil. That's devastating.
They were not expecting that at all.
No, for sure not. They even had BKB on Faceless Void. He just didn't have time to do anything.
Tower is under attack.
Not enough time to react. And we get a nice little replay here.
Yeah. Jumps in, think you can fight confidently. But then you just chain
that.
Yeah, he had to immediately BKB there, like before the first stun lands, because once one stun landed, he's just chased up for the rest of the life.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And right after that, they'll go and take themselves a tower and start putting more pressure on the Radiant. Tundra sending 9 back here.
Radiant's
Yeah, and they want to go high ground even. They're trying to force some form of reaction. Still 10 seconds to go, and Troll does a lot of damage in 10 seconds.
They gotta get people back. They'll push out the fortification.
Yeah, that's sufficient. Just getting the glyph forced is already enough. I like the range bash. Oh boy. There's even a DD rune on bottom, and yeah, that could allow them to maybe go for a play on mid lane now.
Interesting too, they put the gem over on the troll. On top of that, we switched out with the basher right now.
Yeah, it's very curious actually that he wants to have that.
Start moving forward. Nisha revealing himself. Zed has the Satanic Online Tundra, trying to figure out how they want to approach this. And again, they know that they've got that sentry vision over here.
They respect the saves so much. They don't even think, even though they have all their tools at their disposal, they don't think that they can bring down this troll when he's standing there. Despite him not having a BKB, it's just so unlikely that you're gonna kill him against Nightmare and Imprison, and Cookie as well, of course.
I was meant to have this.
So he can play like an absolute baller.
It feels almost like a bait or like, you know, some sort of bravado, right? Like the idea of like, here I am. Come get me.
Yeah,
what them too. Come get. But now he's got a full Abyssal Blade finish, and we have the BKB completed over on 33. So I think the next time we scuffle, it's gonna be a big fight.
Oh yeah, most definitely. This is Secret getting all their pieces combined here, and meanwhile, Skeeter is getting towards his side, Scotty. We have a bit of a catch.
This is the Weaver. It's pretty difficult to get your hands on him because he's got the Yules, he's got the time lapse, he's fine.
Oh, they might control top.
Yeah, they've got vision on him. The follow-up here, they'll go for the Chronosphere. They'll even make sure that they go and throw out that BKB. Can they finish off here? Yes, they can. They'll get Nisha.
Well, and they're gonna catch more with Yules Scepter.
They're going right back in, and they'll banish for a minute. They'll try to cancel it out. Oh, but he's not gonna be able to use that because the bash here. Over onto ice. He's gonna get bushwhacked over to the 3. Lots of damage coming out. 33 gets himself a double kill. Do they have anything to cancel out the TP? No, they do not. So 33 will not be able to get yet another kill here.
Yeah, 33 with a shard, getting some instrumental stunts there with the Hawk. The Hawk has been setting up some stuff there. Ice as I thought it was fine, but now suddenly Tundra are the ones who want to make something happen. Roshan did just respawn. They scouted it with the board.
Dire's middle tower is under
So
attack.
instead of going mid tower, they could maybe have taken mid tower and then go Roche, but they're still probably respecting Puck enough to not risk it.
So who's getting the shard? Is this something that they're going to give to the Void, or
I don't.
who do we like it best on here?
I think maybe you go. Yeah, maybe you give it to Void just because he's so important here. I think it's the best choice.
It'll be easier for him to dodge in and out of these fights, especially, or if, you know, he starts to get initiated on being able to pop the BKB and move about, really will be super beneficial for Skeeter.
I think a big part that some people don't respect enough about the Void Shard is the 400 increased cast range. Like, that's a very big cast range increase and will allow you to catch people who think that they're safe from Void. So, of course, it also helps you just quality of life for farming, but it's not just about that jumping back ability, it's really about just reaching things.
I think mobility, and that's something that they mentioned in the draft too, you know, you need to be able to jump onto the back lines, take out some of these supports, especially the ones that are saves. So if you're able to find that angle, or, you know, lock down Sumail early on so he cannot get the optimal initiation. But as I say this, do get a little bit of that initiation, get Boundless. Fata's gonna use the Yules, but they have the silence, and they'll clean him up.
Radiant's
Yeah.
courier
The courier
has been
too.
killed.
Nice double stun again by snaking, but it doesn't really matter when Weaver is that out of position. He's just got surrounded by everyone.
And we're starting to see those movements where they group up a little bit together over on the side of Tundra, trying to protect one another as Secret know exactly what their next objective is. They've got a ward already in the base, and Nisha's gonna whack away at the tower. Oh, the Crossbear though onto the back lines. Won't be able to save him using the E-Blade, but the troll jumping in a little bit deeper. Yeah, Sir trying to run away. They get the roar off though. Are they gonna be able to take down Ice? Oh, but the snap back goes on the side to boot. Ice, go for it. Gonna fight back. Get in against Puppey, trying to stay alive, but he's silenced up. It's gonna be the Aegis that gets burnt here as Sir tries to put out some more damage before he falls for the Sanities. And that's a double kill now for Sumail. Oh my goodness.
That was really, really good for Sumail, but that troll got control. Like he got distracted for so long there by the Hoodwink and just not able to do anything. It looked like it could be good for them, but in the end, I would say that Secret come out slight winners from this. They forced out more reactions. The double buyback.
Double buyback. They also forced out some of the big ultis too.
Yeah.
They weren't exactly. They were able to hold, but probably not get as much as they would have liked with the way that they were moving around that fight. That E-Blade too coming in and very clutch there.
I like the choice by Ice here. So the way the game is going, it's so much about saves, right? So Aghanims is going to be his next item with an Ether Lens as well. So he can sit far back and be able to save his teammates. This is a really smart itemization for this game in particular.
Snaking's just like, please don't look over. They got very close to him there.
Yeah, he's always just hanging out somewhere.
Is your spidey sense tingling, guys?
Quickly as I go.
Lots of sentries. They do have the vision. They know that the monkeys. Oh, look at Yapsor. He wanted him. Cookie hopping. Can't quite catch that monkey though.
Our scanner.
Yeah, he's like, okay, they have a Tinker Ward. Pretty obvious.
Well, he spends enough time up there. It seems like it'd be silly to not have one at this
Radiant's
point.
top tower is under attack.
And Nisha's gonna continue just pushing it out. We do have a full zoo, so we're gonna try to clean up the creeps, but Nisha just hits too fast, too hard.
Radiant's top tower.
The tower's gone. And another ward here. They want to keep tabs on Snaking.
I mean, last fight he didn't have Blink Dagger on Troll. This time he does have it. So if you take a fight outside base, it's gonna be hard for Tundra to position in a way that he can't just Abyssal insta-kill someone. Because they don't have as many saves. Tundra do not have good ways to protect each other. They are trying to solve it though. Weaver's going for an Aghanim's next item, but he's only halfway there.
Dire's bottom tower.
That is going to take a little bit of time. Again, that is not a core Weaver, so always harder to find that farm and make sure that your cores are getting what they need as well.
Yeah, I think Tundra need more time in this game. They needed to keep going so that they get that. If they get the Aghanims up on Weaver, a bit more farm on the Void with the Refresher, then I'll start seeing ways for them to dominate this. But right now, I think Secret are very, very strong.
It's crazy to see the amount of just positioning items that Secret is trying to ensure that they get the initiation that they want, or the reinitiation in some cases. Whereas Tundra, we talk about, you know, the Shard being able to reach into the back lines, trying to get there quickly and make things happen. It's a very fun cat and mouse sort of scenario.
Yeah. They're just both teams trying to solve the shortcomings of, the downsides of their draft, right? You pick something because it's good at a certain thing, and then you need to try and itemize to make up for your weaknesses as well.
You see we got the dragon cam set up here from production. We're just gonna clear out the wave, keep tabs on that.
Nice. The rat cam on the dragon. I like it. There's a lot of rat and split push going on right now.
There's been a lot, it feels like, in this particular tour. So
we even have, Snaking finding a penta-edged sword on the enemy ancients. Farming ancients as a Monkey King. Very nice.
You gotta get those items somewhere.
Hey, he's working hard. He wants more items. He's fighting. You can do it, Snaking.
He works hard for the money, you know? Doesn't get any more items, though, unfortunately. But look at the inventory here on Samael, my goodness. Plus 250 Waning Rift, of course, for the talent. And they're putting up their own wards here because they want to try to keep Snaking as safe as possible.
Yeah, always. Vision is the name of the game for them. And we have Samael TPing bottom.
I don't think they can get their hands on him that quickly, though, can they?
He'd have to move out of position here. But he's on top of, you know, he knows that Snaking is there. Snaking has always been there. This entire game, he's been there aggressively somewhere in the trees.
Just always assumed he's watching you, kind of like Big Brother.
Yeah, Samael did not fall for it. Man, Samael 14-4-4.
He is having quite the game. A lot of that too, just helping out with the Snapfire, right? With the Absol having that shard, being able to get the kickback with Snap and follow up with just the Waning Rifts and whatnot, just really nicely.
Speaking of upcoming items, there's only 400 gold remaining until we have Aghanims on Snapfire out of all heroes.
Well,
then you can just dive bomb in your troll. He can even blink immediately after. So that is definitely a serious threat that's building on the horizon here.
Just leaning harder into that idea of saves, right?
Yeah, that too. I mean, I think the exciting part of the Snapfire is the aggressive capabilities, but she can pick people out of Chrono if it's on the edge of the Chrono. If she gets Etherlands, she can pick people a little bit deeper. And she has mana moves, so maybe that will be a future item. Who knows?
It's always fun watching Team Secret to see what they're going to build next. Always doing things a little bit differently.
Yeah, this game is going into late game territory soon. We're 40 minutes in here. We have Swift Blink completed on Troll.
Well, Gleipnir too over on the Hoodwink, and we're gonna have a refresher. There's the Ags, like you just said, though. The Ags is completed now for the Snapfire, so I'm interested to see how they're gonna make this work. Throughout the bugs, though, they'll use the Chronosphere, and they're just gonna get rid of Ice. They don't want to have him around for next fight. Already just hitting that refresher, ready to go back in for any more fights that come up, and they've got their eyes on Roche.
Yeah, you have no reason not to use Refresher if you use Chrono, basically. You should always do it just ASAP. Unless you would run out of mana or something, but yeah. Yes, that's ready again. There's no buyback on OD, so they could try and take more fights.
Does he know? They go for the Dream Coil, though. They found themselves a Hoodwink. And they'll cut down 9.
That is the bigger kill right there. He does have buyback available. Tundra want to go Roche right now, so he will have to buy back. If they want this, I think Hoodwink has to buy back right now.
It doesn't feel like Secret.
They should
Do they know
about it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like they know.
Their movements are indicating. Okay, Anisha's starting to investigate. Does see Fata. Fata's just going to try to play with him a little bit, try to...
They're getting away with it.
I'm very surprised by this. Yeah, they're just going to be allowed to take this Roshan.
Oh, they had no clue.
With a refresher shard on it, too. Oh, my God.
Roshan has fallen to the ring.
This Faceless Void just is decked out now. Look at this, Nisha, just a little bit too late.
2 refreshers.
With the double damage rune, too. Oh.
Yeah, that is really rough.
There's the Weaver Ags. Like you said, getting into the late game, we're starting to see some of these big ticket items coming out, even for the supports.
I mean, this is lining up for some ridiculous late game team fights right now. With the items that we're seeing and the stuff that's happening, we're gonna have some crazy saves. We soon have the Aghanims on OD, we have Aghanims Weaver. There's
Puppey's got his eyes on an Ags too.
Yeah.
Everybody wants an Ags this game.
I mean, then you have just the Time Walk from Faceless Void, and of course the Thanic Control. The HPs are going to go up and down and all over the place.
All right. Well.
Oh, I didn't even recognize this. Puppey. Oh, they go mid. They're trying to go initiate.
Oh, but the BKB, it doesn't matter because they have the feed script. Look at this damage coming out from the side of him. But 33 with the 4. Buying just a little bit more time. No, it's still going to be an Aegis that gets taken out. Nisha now trying to back off a little bit. Team in position. Samael's going to fall. They get the snap off, and the fall with the snap fire kisses. They've got so much damage. They'll drop the sanities. Can they finish off Skeeter though? He gets the Chronosphere off. He's gonna turn around. He's got to run though. He's sitting way too low. As Secret, they're chasing after Tundra, trying to get their hands on anything else. Looks like they found themselves snaking, so they're gonna have to be content here with that prize. But he'll drop the gem on the ground as Nisha goes a bit deep.
Yeah, they have momentum now. Nisha wanting to push, but there is actually both cheese and refresher on this void. So I think he should already refresh here.
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Check someone over there.
He's using it.
Little vision. Bugs get tossed out. Put down a tree. Clean up the wave easily enough, but now trying to find this opening. Void just gonna go forward and backwards, get that next level Dagon on Samael.
I love their positioning. They're just sending in Nisha when they push, and everyone else sitting so far back, not even close to it. Because what are you gonna do? Go on your void? Like, he's not gonna die.
Illusion.
And now everyone's good. You know, we get the 2 more Aghanim Scepters completed now over on
Yeah, Bane
and the OT.
Bane has Aghanims. Bane Aghanims is also really stupid. It's very strong. It's still bugged, by the way. The Illusions are supposed to take 700% damage. They take 200% damage.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's 500%. Just a little bit of damage.
Dire's top tower is
So
under
those
attack.
illusions that Bane get casting Fiend's Grip, they are supposed to die to like almost anything. But now they're actually quite tanky, and you need to stop both of them, of course, and Bane himself, if you want to protect whoever he goes on. I think the easier save, though, is just time-lapse whatever gets crypt. That's how you get out of it.
All right, well, Tundra just trying to clear up these creep waves, trying to push them off of their side of the map. Still have that cheese over on the void. And he's already, he's gonna have to wait with that refresh orb, but he does have Chronosphere backup, so if they can find an opportune fight, could make something happen here.
Dire are scanning.
Positioning from Snake King, he's hunting. You have some nice vision up. They do have the gem, though, that they were able to take off of Tundra.
Yeah, Samael just sitting there. He's got Aghanims, right? So he's thinking about going on the void. Gonna back up, though.
Soundless. Gonna cut through this Overlord creep. Easy gold.
So for Secret, they really want to find Weaver. At this point, that's the key. Like, that's the golden snitch or whatever it's called, right? they want to get that one. Because unless they go on Weaver, they always know that the fight can be reset from the start. They cannot catch the Void and kill him from full.
Got to be a lot of pressure being placed on Fata to ensure that he gets that perfect positioning. It does help that he's got the ninja gear, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, they're gonna jump over onto Skeeter, use the Fiend's Grip. Snake King trying to clean up over onto the back line. Dream Coil will get used as they drop the sanities. Roar coming out over the back line, but they'll eat the cheese. So this boy's still gonna be alive, but the snapping over on Thick, it just breaks as they'll get the kill on 9. Skeeter turns back around. He's got that Chronosphere. He's doing a lot of damage with that BKB, but he knows he can't do quite enough. So he's gonna change the targets now over onto Puppey. Be a Nightmare tossed down. Oh, 33 being able to play. Fata sitting very, very low. Does have the Yules, but he is going to fall. And then Skeeter just keeps jumping in and out. And 33, oh, he's survived for quite a while. Is he going to be able to break the angles, though? Is he going to be able to make it out alive? No, they find him over into the trees.
Yeah, beautiful. He knows. Nisha, not gonna be fooled. Man, at the start of the fight there, did he get a single chrono out before he refreshed?
Dire's middle tower is under
I feel
attack.
like he refreshed before he used a single chrono, right?
Radiant's
He got the
bottom
one, for
barracks
sure,
is
yeah.
under
Yeah, I
attack.
think he only got one out.
Oh boy, look at this. Nisha just doing so much damage. Double Cardi
Radiant's
wave.
bottom barracks.
It's going to be the buyback from 33.
He's tearing into the
buyback.
base. They have to buy back everything if they want to defend. But even then, is he gonna back?
They're hoping to put out enough damage. Nightmare from Puppey. They have the Gleep there. The pop of the Fiend's Grip yet again over to Skeeter. They're gonna just put out as much damage as they can. If they can take down this Void, things are gonna look so good. But that Bushwhack holding over onto 2. Can they finish off? Yes, they'll be able to get Yapsor. Nisha, though, still alive. They need to try to get rid of him. Nice dive bomb into place here. Skeeter with the BKB. Nice Nightmare again coming out from Puppey. Ethereal Blade, they just buy so much time, but eventually they'll take out Nisha as Puppey is forced to tell. Oh, we can't make it in time. They find Puppey.
That was last second right there. They do get him. That was beautiful time lapse by the Weaver, saving the Void there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that was really crucial. And maybe Secret a little bit too aggressive there in their push. Now they're gonna probably try and force Secret's buybacks here. Tundra, they are shoving out bottom, but most likely they want to make something happen during these timers.
And this is scary too, 9 with that talent here. But yeah, taking a look at this fight yet again.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, look at the time lapse. He's holding it, being patient in the back, but Weaver, they didn't find Weaver, so he just saves the Void, and then the fight is reset. All your hard work to try and bring down Void, just all for nothing.
Middle tower.
Well, it enables you to turn the fight around so nicely.
Yeah, I mean, that's why initiation matters so much. It's about vision, about who you can see and who you can catch. And if you cannot find the Weaver or put yourself in a position where Weaver cannot be close enough, then this, these fights are very, very difficult to take.
It looks like they're not going to push too hard over at Secret. They'd have to push out a lot of these waves, and they're not going to be able to force out those buybacks. But they're going to buy a bit more time again for themselves on the side of Tundra.
Yeah. They didn't force the buybacks, but they did make the lanes look a bit healthier. They pushed out mid all the way, pushed bottom quite far, and they farmed the jungle plentiful. So still good for them. Even after that, winning that fight, they're 7,000 gold behind. So it's understandable that they don't want to risk going high ground, as they didn't have buybacks themselves.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Void now with the nullifier, by the way, and Mjolnir queued up.
Good item here. All right, there it is. There's the Chronosphere. Oh, but Puppey coming in with the Fiend's Grip. As they're going to go follow up with the Dream Coil. Snapfire Kiss is coming out. They'll be able to take down Bottom, so there's no save this time. If they're able to find the opening, they'll get the kill on Puppey. Puppey buys back. Astro coming in. They get the break off, but not going to be able to quite finish off the Troll, as now he's handing it off over on the cliff. Again, there's going to be an Astral. Looks like the side of Tundra, they're trying to back off. Scapser finding this opening over onto 33. Skip looking for the opening. Has that nullifier, but we've got two fights going on as they are split. Ethereal Play coming into play. 33 looks like he's going to be able to survive this. They're still chasing after this Void, and they have the vision. They're waiting patiently, but he is going to... Oh, he runs right into Ice. The rest is Secret, gathering around, waiting for this sacrifice as they'll lock him into place. Throughout the standings, use the dig on everything, and Skeeter will fall.
Yeah, they persevere in the end and take him down. Wow, I was watching that fight from Nisha's perspective. He was locked down forever. I think in that fight, if that fight was 45 seconds long or 50, he probably was stunned for 90% of that.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Nothing more frustrating than when you can't play the game of Dota 2 because it's locked down the entire time.
Well, all those stunts, but they can't kill him and can't threaten him, so he's still pretty happy, I guess.
Nice long-range creep as they'll get a bash up over onto 33. He goes and refreshes. They'll turn back around. Use the bushwhack. Buyback coming out from Skeeter. Gonna try to find the opening. Cookie hop forward. Dream Coil gets latched on over onto the Hoodwink. They'll drop the Wukong. So they try to put some more damage out over onto Nisha. The roar comes out, but it's a good save. Fiend's Grip being held into place here. Skeeter, he can't do anything. As the pump, the BKBs go right back in again. Looks like they might be able to get Puppey. Eventually, they have to wait. They have to be patient. And Puppey eventually does end up falling.
Yeah, Puppey is dead for 110 seconds. He used his buyback earlier.
Radiant's middle
That was a beautiful Fiend Script by Puppey, but they don't have any other damage going into the fight right now, other than the Troll. I mean, Puck is able to do something, of course, bursting with his Dagon E-Blade combo, but even though there was a full grip on the Void, nothing touched him besides that. So, yeah, it's really complicated fights, and you can see how both teams are trying not to get caught out.
But this time around, Secret gonna be able to go right into the pit, and they are smoked up over on the side of Tundra.
This is so
Look how
huge.
fast it goes. Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay, all right. They'll find Yapster over on the back end. Can they finish him off? That was the question. Nice scatter, but the Roshan is happening. Here comes out. Bottom forward, the Aegis of the Immortal Gear going in with that Chronosphere. It goes and refreshes immediately. They'll follow up with a Meteor Hammer, but it doesn't really seem to matter when you've got that BKB. Nisha trying to fight back, but the save comes out as Samael falls to 9. He'll back off again. Nisha looking for his target. He'll find 33, but Skeeter's gonna try to get as much damage as he can. And they'll just follow up the disarm coming out. Another Chronosphere that just comes out. But the Skeet from Ice they can never get their hands on this man.
Oh my god.
Skeeter's still trying to kill Nisha. He ends up getting rooted into place. Can they actually kill this man? Gleipnir comes out again. Oh no, Skeeter just getting handled right now as they have the lockdown. Ice. Oh man, again.
he might be caught up.
And yet again, Misha waiting patiently here. They get the meteor hammer off and they kill Skeeter. Bata now running for his life. He had a cheeky steal, but they do manage to get that ulti off over onto Ice. Ice is going to buy back immediately, clicking up forward. They have the vision. Nisha squashes himself a bug as their base is just getting destroyed by creeps.
Yeah, they're going straight for it now. Troll is level 30. He is heading over there. He's even traveling over. Who needs walking? Oh my god, these fights are ridiculous. People just can't attack or kill what they want.
No,
it's just it's like a long, dragged out battle of who has the most save and distraction.
Oh, 9. He was trying. He wants to get them off of his base. And
Press the both of them and take the
throws them in. They start dropping the items. They're having a good time. They know that this game is in their hands. The GG gets called. Team Secret. What a game.